Shalom, shalom. Con. Con. Everything look good, sound good. First off, I'm gonna start off by saying Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahweh Shai, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahweh Shai, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahweh Shai. Call Allah Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wakaha, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And today's lesson is going to be titled A Relationship or a Relation Between the Old and the New, the Old Testament and the New Testament. And this video is going to be a quick video. Well, that's the intentions for me to just get straight to the point, because while I was reading Genesis through the Spirit, I had a thought, an idea, and it tied to the first book in the Bible, Genesis, and the last book in the Bible, Revelation. And that's what I'm gonna hit in this video. And basically a relationship, how the Old Testament cannot be understood without the New Testament and vice versa. Because I know that there's other camps like IUIC, or what's the other one? Sakari, or ISUPK, or there's more too, that they don't think that some of the Bible is authoritative, or they don't like the New Testament, or they don't like the New or the Old Testament. But it's all confusion, and the Lord said that He's not the author of confusion. You know, so Lord willing, I get this point, and Lord willing, it's edifying. All right, cool. So the first scripture is going to be Genesis 1:1. In the beginning, the Most High created the heaven and the earth. So while I was reading this, I was, going in, through the tools section, and, going into, the Hebrew meaning of the words. If I had a question about any of the words that I was reading, to gain more clarity, to gain more understanding, so I can be, you know, to understand the scripture to what it was meant, you know, so I could understand the message to its full extent, and in doing that, you gotta, go into the etymology of the words, the meaning of words, definitions, you gotta understand, sometimes the history, and it's a lot of work, you know. But while I was reading Genesis, when I read this, in the beginning, the Most High God created the heaven and the earth, I went and I looked up this word God, Elohim.
Strong's H 430, entry 1. Eloach. Eloach.
God.
Second entry. Elohim. Elohim. And the third entry. Eloach. Eloach.
God. And the outline, and this is the point right here. The outline of biblical use, the meaning of the word plural, rulers, judges, divine ones. So it's all they all got the S on the back, and it's all plural, all multiple, right? And the common the common knowledge that everybody grew up on that regular Christian belief is God, singular, created heavens and the earth. God created man. God created everything. But really, when you go dig deeper, it really means rulers, judges, divine ones, angels, God. So it's plural. So now the next question is who else? Who could have created who could have created the heavens, the earth, the beasts, the creatures, crawling things, the winds, the elements, on right sitting like right next to Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. Who could have who else? Obviously the angels, but who else? And then that's when, you know, I through the spirit I'm about to share my screen to the next scripture. Uh, Revelation 14. Revelation 14. And I looked and lo, wait, it's like yeah, Khan. And I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on the Mount Sion, and with him 144,000 having his father's name written in their foreheads. And I heard a voice from heaven as the voice of many waters, and as the voice of a great thunder. And I heard the voice of harpers harping with their harps. And they sung as it were a new song before the throne, and before the four beasts and the elders, and no man could learn that song but the 144,000, which were redeemed from the earth. Right, so this scripture, this paragraph is basically going into a vision that one of the prophets had of the 144,000 basically being sealed in the end time. And the 144,000, as we just read, were redeemed from the earth. Right, so the 144,000 were were our precious spirits to Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. Why? Because they were redeemed from the earth, because they were just created to be that special. These are they which were not defiled with women, for they are virgins. Virgins through the spirit, not sexually, through the spirit. Virgins through doctrine. They've only slept with, you know, the true doctrine of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai and the new kingdom to come. They ain't been serving two masters, the elect. They've only been serving Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai, through the spirit. These are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto the Most High and to the Lamb. Khan, the first fruits. And in their mouth was found no guile, for they are without fault before the throne of the Most High. Khan. So when we go back to Genesis 1 and 1, when it says, uh, plural rulers, judges, divine ones, angels, gods, that means that the elect, the 144,000, that was them. That was them that helped the Lord, create the heavens and the earth. And that's a powerful thing. And it's really a beautiful thing because one scripture, in the beginning of the Bible, and then one scripture in the end of the Bible, how they just come together so beautiful. But in this world, you know, it's so heavily confused. A lot of people don't understand. A lot of people are twisting up the scriptures. They have a false understanding of the scriptures, and it's a very powerful thing when you really understand it, because it's really a comfort to your spirit. and once you get that comfort, it's just like the apostles. I think I'd seen like two like I think all of the apostles I've seen a couple months ago, they were making videos on how like basically they're addicted to prophecy. They're addicted to the scriptures. They're addicted to Yahweh Shemiah Shai. And that's the feeling. That's the feeling. And it's such a beautiful thing. And it's it is what it is that the rest of the world can't get it, but that's how it's meant to be. Like, but that's how it's meant to be. Let me get another scripture to back that up. Uh, this is Mark 4:11, and he said unto them, "Unto you it is given to know the mystery of the kingdom of the Most High." Who is you? Who is you? Because obviously, if you don't know that Babylon the Great in the Bible is speaking about America today, if you don't know that, if you still believe that hell is a place that you're gonna go burn forever, it's not talking about you. Who the you is talking to here is to the elect, the 144,000 that I just read in Revelation 14. The elect. Unto you it is given to know the mystery of the kingdom of the Most High. What is the mystery of the kingdom of the Most High? It's the true understanding of the scriptures, because these same scriptures are going to still be living in the kingdom. These scriptures will never go away. These scriptures will always hold their weight for eternity. The scripture says that the Lord's word never changes. He always going to keep his promise. But unto them that are without, all these things are done in parables. Con. So let me reread that whole thing. And he said unto them, unto you it is given to know the mystery of the kingdom of the Most High. But unto them that are without what? The Spirit. All these things are done in parables. Con. Let me see real quick. Get the definition of parable. A simple story used to illustrate a moral or a spiritual lesson, as told by, like that name, like that name. A simple story used to illustrate a moral or spiritual lesson. And shit, and that, I mean, some scriptures could be simple, but that's a lot of the reason why people ain't really understanding it. Well, first off, because they don't got the Spirit. Why don't they got the Spirit? The Lord didn't want them to have it, right? And second is shit, they simple. So like they brain don't go that deep. They can't think that far. And that's just what it is. I got another precept real quick. Let me share my screen. And this one's to tie back into Genesis 1:1. Psalms 82:6, I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High Khan. Even though the elect are basically going to be on, top of the food chain, they are on the top of the food chain, right, in the Lord's eyes. But every single Israelite is blessed to even be an Israelite, because the Israelites are above all nations, so, to a certain extent, every single Israelite is a God, but everybody got their own portion. Um, I got one more scripture. Titus 1 and 15. I always bring this one out. Unto the pure all things are pure, but unto them that are defiled and unbelieving is nothing pure. But even their mind and conscience is defiled. So if you're pure, you're gonna understand the scriptures. If you're pure in spirit, you're gonna understand the scriptures. You're gonna understand the good way. But if you're not, you're gonna think that there's a hell. You're gonna think that you can only have one wife. You're gonna think that you can still eat pork. Why? Because because their mind and conscience is defiled. Is defiled. And I'm about to get another scripture. This is Jeremiah 17 and 9. Uh, the heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? So we already are in these fleshly bodies that can break down, get sick, hurt, bleed, get diseases. You know, we can be poisoned, and these people's conscience are just defiled, through the spirit. So no, when a regular person don't understand, we don't get all fucked up in the head about it. Just like how the Christians are when a Christian is trying to explain something to a non-Christian and they don't get it, and they getting down on their knees. You know what I'm saying? They starting to go fund me for them. They cooking them food, inviting them to the house. This brother, come back to the Lord. No, we not doing all that, because why? We understand the scriptures. We understand that we could see who that person is through the spirit and the fruits of the spirit. And if we see that that spirit is desperately wicked, conscious defiled, and impure, hey, we let the Lord deal with that individual. You know? But this has been a relationship, or a relation between the old and the new. I pray that this was edifying. And shalom.